What if everything you thought you knew about electric range was about to be completely rewritten? This is the 2026 Denza N9, a plug-in hybrid SUV that, on paper, can travel over 1,300 kilometers. That's more than 800 miles on a single combined tank and charge. A distance that could take you from Los Angeles to Portland or New York City to Chicago without stopping for gas or a plug dot. It's a number that doesn't just beat every other family SUV on the market. It absolutely demolishes them. And it does it all while starting at a price that undercuts its closest American and German rivals by tens of thousands of dollars. So, the billion-dollar question is this: is this Chinese powerhouse the ultimate value king? Or is a range number this big just too good to be true? Let's find out. So let's get to know the newcomer. This is the 2026 Denza N9. And it's not just another new SUV. Denza is a premium brand born from a partnership between the Chinese auto giant BYD, the world's largest electric vehicle maker, and Mercedes-Benz. That's right, there's a little German luxury DNA in its foundation. And it shows. This vehicle is launching squarely into the most competitive segment in America, the three-row family SUV. Its mission is simple, yet incredibly ambitious: to dethrone established favorites like the Toyota Highlander Hybrid, the Ford Explorer, and even luxury players like the Lexus RX, by offering something they simply can't: an almost absurd amount of range, without the anxiety of a pure electric vehicle. In a market where consumers are constantly torn between the efficiency of an EV and the convenience of a gas engine, the Denza N9 positions itself as the ultimate compromise. But is it a compromise at all? Or is it, in fact, the perfect solution? In this review, we're going to go far beyond that staggering range number. We'll break down if its real-world performance, its tech-filled interior, and its overall value truly live up to the hype, and more importantly, if it deserves a spot in your driveway. Let's start with what you see. The Denza N9 doesn't look like a traditional, boxy three-row SUV. It has a sleek, almost coupe-like roofline and a massive light bar that runs the entire width of the vehicle. It's a bold, futuristic statement that immediately sets it apart from the more conservative Toyota Highlander. But the real magic happens when you step inside, slide into the driver's seat, and you're greeted by a massive central screen that rotates from portrait to landscape, a signature BYD party trick. A massive central screen that rotates from portrait to landscape, a signature BYD party trick. The materials are impressive. Soft touch surfaces, authentic-looking aluminum trim, and seats that are both supportive and plush. For a starting price around $55,000, the perceived luxury is a genuine shock. It feels like it should cost $20,000 more. The tech is just as bold. We're talking a digital gauge cluster, a head-up display, and an entertainment system that feels as responsive as your best tablet. It runs a huge array of apps natively, from navigation to video streaming. But the question is all this screen real estate intuitive to use while driving, or is it a distracting gimmick? We'll get to that in a moment. Now, let's talk about what powers this tech-filled sanctuary. The N9 uses a plug-in hybrid powertrain that combines a potent electric motor with a gasoline engine. The result is a combined output of over 500 horsepower. That means this family hauler moves with a silent electric urgency that will leave most V6 competitors in the dust. The ride is sophisticated, soaking up bumps with a quiet confidence that absolutely backs up its luxury ambitions. And that brings us back to the headline, the range. That staggering 1330 kilometer or 830 mile figure isn't just a number on a page. In our initial testing, driving a mix of city streets and highways, we're seeing real-world numbers that get scarily close to that claim. Imagine going an entire month, maybe even two, without even thinking about a gas station if your daily commute is short. It completely redefines the relationship you have with refueling, but with all this performance, luxury, and game-changing range, there has to be a catch, right? What's the trade-off? Well, that's exactly what we need to talk about next. Because this car isn't perfect, and some of its flaws might be a deal breaker for you. So, after all that hype, how does this 830-mile marvel actually feel when you push it? This is where the Denza N9 truly separates itself from the spec sheet. When you floor the accelerator, the surge of electric torque is instant and brutal. This family SUV will pin you to your seat in a way a Toyota Highlander hybrid could only dream of. The silence of the electric drive, punctuated only by a faint hum from the engine under hard acceleration, makes the performance feel effortless, almost surreal. But here comes the turning point, the moment of truth. That sleek, coupe-like roofline. It comes with a cost. Headroom in the third row is tight, really only suitable for smaller children on a long trip, and that brilliant, massive, rotating screen. While it's incredible for streaming video when you're parked, the software can be slow to respond just when you need to quickly adjust the climate control or navigation on the move. It's a glimpse into a tech-first future that isn't always perfectly polished. So, you're left with this incredible duality. On one hand, you have a vehicle with staggering performance, a range that obliterates range anxiety, and a luxury interior that shames its competitors on price. On the other, you have real-world compromises in practicality and tech usability that it's established. Rivals have spent decades refining. This is the core conflict of the Denza N9. It's not just a car, it's a statement. A statement that challenges everything we expect from a family SUV, but the ultimate question remains, are you willing to trade proven traditional strengths for a glimpse of this high-tech, high-range future? The final answer is right after this. So, after putting it through its paces, what's the final verdict on the BYD Denza N9? Let's be clear, this is not a car for everyone. If your priority is maximum, no compromise interior space for a large family, the established players like the Highlander or the Kia Telluride are still more practical choice. However, if you are a tech-forward driver who views refueling as an inconvenience and values brutal, silent acceleration alongside a seriously luxurious cabin, then the Denza N9 isn't just an alternative, it's a revelation. For you, its drawbacks are minor trade-offs for its monumental strengths. It represents the single most compelling argument for a plug-in hybrid we've ever seen, delivering on the electric-first promise in a way others only hint at. In the broader US market, the N9 is a warning shot. It proves that a newcomer can leapfrog decades of legacy engineering by focusing on what truly matters next: range and seamless technology. It forces every other automaker to ask themselves one simple question: why can't we do this? What about you? Does an 830-mile range finally solve your anxiety, or do the tech quirks and space limitations still hold you back? Let me know your deal breaker in the comments below. I read every single one. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the future of the family SUV, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more nonsense reviews. Until next time, drive smart.